Hey PC World fans, Adam Patrick Murray with Gordon Long.
Hey, what's up?
And here I have the Razer Phone 2.
Huh.
Wait, nope, that's the Razer Phone 1. This is the Razer Phone 2. You can tell by the RGB logo. All right, Gordon, we got the Razer Phone 2 here. There are a lot of the awesome things that are the same.
I don't know, it looks the same. It's a square box, hard edges.
It looks the same, but they completely redesigned it. But you still got the same awesome speakers. Got the dual amps, got the 120 hertz screen, still 5.7, 16 by 9, because that's the right way to do it with traditional content. But on the back, it's different. You got the glass. So the glass enables a couple things. It enables the new Qi charging dock that we have right here. You just place it on here and you get a nice little light up RGB on the.
It starts doing the RGB dance, so it's charging. And
yeah.
I guess if you land the phone wrong, a lot of these, if you have one of these charging phones and you miss, it tells you you missed, and it'll start blinking red. But it looks like it's a pretty big pad here. I'm not missing them. So.
Yeah. Nice. So also because of the glass, it enabled RGB lighting on the logo. Obviously, last year's model had the nice shiny logo here. Maybe you were lucky enough to get the special green one, but you've got full RGB, and this is enabled by going into the new Chroma app here. So you can pick between breathing, static, spectrum. Obviously, you can change the colors. Even the brightness, it actually gets pretty dim, which can help some on battery. I'm going to flip it around.
You change colors. Prove it's RGB there, Adam.
Let's prove. Let's get up here in the red. Let me change the brightness all the way to max. That's pretty bright. Yeah.
You got to change it back to green though, because we're at Razer.
Yeah. Well, let me go down here, and that's very subtle, right?
Yeah.
Only.
And the notification, you get those, does that change during notifications?
It changes during notifications. Let's see, you can set to breathing. Obviously, I mean, it's RGB, you know all this fun stuff. Let's go back, but yeah, you can have notifications turn on, off. You can tell how much battery you want it to consume if you're worried about battery life. But I got to tell you, with the same 4,000 milliamp battery as the first one, I'm not too worried about the battery. I think it's going to last even with the RGB lighting. So yeah, I mean, even though it looks the same in a lot of ways, they've changed a lot about the internals. Why don't you tell me a little bit about the cooling? Because in the original model, it had the 2 heat pipes. I remember from Jerry Rig Everything's teardown that he showed those off. In here, you got a new vapor chamber cooling system.
Same thing you're seeing in a lot of the advanced GPUs. RTX has it. Previous generation GeForce had it. Razer basically says, you know what? You need to keep the SoC cool to get more performance, to get more frame rates, to get more clocks. So we went from dual heat pipes in the original Razer phone to basically a heat pipe that's almost the entire back of the phone. I keep calling it heat pipe. A vapor chamber that's almost the size of the entire phone. And what a vapor chamber does is it helps wick that heat out from where the CPU is, which is sort of near where the Razer logo is, across the entire flat vapor chamber. And you got to remember, this is a huge engineering problem. This is not a PC. There are no fans on here. There's no way to exhaust the heat. So what the best you can do is sort of disperse it and then let it sort of go away and dissipate on its own. So by putting this vapor chamber in here over the previous heat pipes, Razer is saying they should be able to kick the ass of most other 845, probably all the other 845, that is a big difference, phones on the market. Previous Razer 1, Snapdragon 835, new one, 845.
Well, and they're saying over the 835 from last year, 20 to 30% more power, not only on the process, but also because of the cooling. Performance. Yeah.
So that's pretty decent. A lot of that's from cooling, a lot of that's from that vapor chamber. And also, they're saying, yeah, you can play a game for a long time on this phone and not have it start to slow down. Some of these phones, you leave it on your dashboard, you play a game, clock rates drop, frame rates drop.
So even though it seems like the same panel, it's actually brighter. We did some side-by-side testing, and yeah, it's definitely brighter.
DCI-P3.
DCI-P3.
And
thank you.
the other big news.
What? Oh, the
Netflix
HDR, Dolby Digital 5.1. I mean, listen, all the content on the original phone sounded and looked great, but now it looks even better. I'm not worried about the new stuff that's happening here. So a couple of the things that I want to talk about that I was a little disappointed by last year's model. The first one was the camera. So as you can see, they kind of changed the location of the camera. They switched from Samsung to Sony sensors. Some new glass. Even though the specs are the same, everything under the hood has changed. Even the camera app has been redesigned with a little nicer layout. So you got OIS on the wide, but not on the telephoto, unfortunately. But hopefully, you know, I'll put it through its paces. But I definitely want to see how it performs, especially since last year's models fell a little short. The other thing was the vibration motor, the haptic feedback. I had some real problems with this unit. It sounded like like there was Mexican jumping beans inside it. But this one, I can already say it's an upgrade. It not only does it feel more nuanced, it's not as loud, and it's not going to really rattle around on med desk. So I'm excited about that. Once again, yeah, specs, you said the 845 chipset has been upgraded. The
flexible frame rates too, right? So that's actually pretty nice. I don't think I've seen that in most other phones. There's like you can actually basically in your game select what clock speed you want the processor to run at.
Yeah, so it's separate from the actual screen itself. Just like last year, you can go in here and depending on how you wanted battery life to work, you got 60, 90, refresh, yes, and 120 on the refresh. But for the actual game performance, you can go into the new app right here, the Razer, oh man, I missed the name. What was the name? Razer Cortex. That's what it is.
Cortex, and you click on, is it there?
So yeah,
you click on the game itself.
Yeah, you can change it system-wide, or you can go in here and change each game, not only to the speed of the CPU, but you've got the resolution it'll play at, the frame rate, and it even has more options than what's at the system level, which is nice. And then you've got anti-aliasing. Razer will recommend kind of optimal settings based on the game, but you know, you can obviously just go full tilt if that's your thing, and I know that's probably how I'm going to do it. So yeah, we've got games loaded up here. I'm going to save these, and like you can see, per game, you can go in there and change how you want everything to be laid out. So that's pretty awesome.
And I guess the rationale is if you want a game, if a game doesn't really need those high clock speeds, you can crank it down and get a little more battery life out of it, I'm guessing?
I mean, I would say even with the games that weren't optimized for the high refresh rate screen, I still always left it in performance mode just because you get a benefit out of it. And I mean, you still feel that at the system level, just that smooth scrolling. I just love to sit here and just open up the dock or open up the tray. It just feels good.
The original phone, did it support micro SD? I just bought a brand new SD card, so I want to know.
Yeah, your what 400 gig version?
$99. Is that going to work in this phone?
Yes. And then we got the two SIM trays. I mean, this thing, just like last year's version, is packed to the gills. I mean, it's designed for gaming. It's designed for that cool Razer look, fit within the ecosystem of the laptop and the headphones. And I think this new phone is definitely going to fit in right along with it. I am going to miss the all metal design just because I'm Butterfingers. I'm worried a little bit about the glass, but it is still a cool design.
Gorilla Glass 3 on the back, Gorilla Glass 5 on the front.
Yeah. So I'm not going to drop it here to test it, but it should hold up. And you know, I got used to the fingerprint reader on the side. I actually kind of liked it.
Well, because I guess it makes sense because you're going to hold the phone like this, right?
Yeah.
So then you can use your thumb.
Or if it was the thumb on the right side.
Yeah, so that works. It's not really it's not a bad placement at all. In fact, it's pretty good. And I don't know. I like the glass, and you know, as a gamer, RGB. You got to have RGB.
You have to have RGB. It makes you game faster. It's clinically proven.
Oh, and check this out too. Look, on the dock. No price on this dock.
No price on the dock.
Bit of a bummer, but hey, you want to lay it flat? You can do that too. I like that.
There you go. So
I unplugged it by accident. Oops.
Oh, whoops. Who knows? So even though at first blush it doesn't look too different, right? I mean, from the inside out, it has been redesigned with that meticulous Razer design language that we've come to love. So
rounded and curved.
Yeah. I'm excited to get one in and keep testing it. So obviously you can take pre-orders today for $7.99, and then it'll launch sometime soon. We don't know quite yet, but keep it locked to PC World for more coverage on it, and then definitely a review. I'm excited to try it out. So I'm
really interested in seeing if that vapor chamber holds up. Take a high-end other phone, take this, see which one is running fastest after 30 minutes of gaming. Yeah, we'll get a deep dive into thermals. We'll get your FLIR out for the thermal testing. So yeah, that's it. That's the Razer Phone 2. Thank you very much, Gordon, for checking it out with me. Cool. Can't wait to see it.
All right. See you later.